What's up, y'all? Just a few post-match thoughts. Denmark played a really good game against the Belgians. The Belgians were always the favorite. I just said that in my previous live, which was first half, midway through first half until the halftime, and one of the people on my chat asked me, well, who did I think was going to win the game? And I mean, I'm not coming back here to gloat about being right about predicting it at halftime. Denmark were really good, and my God, they should be proud of that performance. And I wish they didn't go back and play that game now against Finland, because the way they look very strong, and they actually play some attractive football moving forward. But some post-match thoughts. I mean, like what I said at halftime, if Belgium can I named all three of these players. They were not on the field at halftime because some of them are coming in. All three of them actually been coming into this tournament carrying injuries. Player number one, AXEL WITSEL, big kid with the afro in the midfield. Him next to Tillemans is probably one of the best, if not the best, central midfield pairing in the tournament. And the other kid is Eden Hazard, who's now probably one of the older men in the Belgian squad. He, had a really rough year at Madrid this year, and who knows, how he's going to be during the course of this tournament. I was never confident that Hazard was going to be fully fit to pull up trees in this tournament. And then the last player that I talked about at halftime, who could still come on after his facial injury against Chelsea in the Champions League final, was Kevin De Bruyne. And the Belgian team at halftime was, that team was good enough to beat Denmark, in my opinion. But when you can bring those three guys from the bench, and you can bring De Bruyne, Hazard, as well as and AXEL WITSEL, who I think is one of the better midfielders in the whole tournament as a central defensive foundation, and considering also the three center backs, no matter which ones you play for Belgium, they're always going to be older guys who are very injury prone. At least the two left-footed ones. Thomas Vermaelen, always injury prone for about a decade now. And Jan Vertonghen, he's slowed down, and he's also, he gets a little niggly. And then Toby Alderweireld, who I think him and Denaya from Olympique Lyon are probably the two best center backs of the whole lot. But yeah, Belgium are going to be very vulnerable moving forward with those guys. The tougher the competition, the more difficult it's going to be for them to stay in games and play a high press or play high up the field with those old guys at the back. But I always believe they had enough to beat the Danish national team, But my goodness, like, kudos to Denmark for playing. They left it all on the field today, but it just wasn't going to be enough against that Belgian well-drilled team, working with the same coach for about 5 or so years now. And, like those guys have known each other for a long time. They're vets. This is probably their last real run together this year and next year's World Cup. And then Belgium is going to probably have to, I can't see, the guys I just mentioned, De Bruyne, the three center backs, all of those guys, as well as Eden Hazard, playing in the World Cup in the US in 2026. Maybe De Bruyne, because he's that good, but I can't see Hazard playing in 4 years' time for Belgium. So they've had a good kind of like golden generation, and this is their last opportunity to kind of collect on that. I think last time around in the Euros, they made it to the semis. I think they made it at least as deep into the semis. I don't remember like, I'm freestyling here. I don't know from the top of my head, but I know that they did well in the last tournament, and then they lost to France in the World Cup, who eventually won the tournament. So this is their last opportunity, but their defense, I worry, might let them down. But they handled their business today. 2 wins out of 2. Let's see what happens in the next game. That game, I anticipate there's going to be some goals in the Netherlands versus Austria game. This one was just a quick post-match thoughts. Those are some of my thoughts of the game. I always expected Denmark to lose the game. I actually didn't expect them to play as well as they did. If they play like they played in this game and their next game, they're most likely to get at least a draw, if not a win, against I think they're playing Russia next. So that should be interesting. Anyway, I hope everybody's enjoying the Euros. I know I am. Cheers.